So guys, I got another review for you today. The Flip True Wireless Earbuds. Now these actually cost $10 at Five Below. You can actually change the face of how they are. I'm going to show you that in a moment. But let's talk a little specs before we get into this video. So it does come with small and medium sized tips. Oh, and large. This is how it's supposed to be with headsets, not just the medium. You know, bass jacks have been failing lately. But anyway, it has a, let's skip that part, 2 to 3 hour battery life total. 10 to 12 hours total, depending on the maximum volume. So if you're looking at 50%, 50% is basically half the volume. So if you pull your tablet up to 50% volume or so, you'll definitely get the maximum battery life. It'll be a little bit less if you go to the maximum, about an hour and a half to fully charge. It does use USB-C, no wireless charger or anything like that. And I don't think they have any type of IP rating. So obviously don't take it to the beach. Don't go to a water park. Don't chop in the shower with these. They won't work well. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and unbox them and see if they're worth the asking price. Alrighty guys, so just so you know, for review purposes, this is a brand new pair of headphones. I do have a secondary pair which are blue, but I wanted to review this one because I thought that the case was pretty interesting. So I have an idea of how the music and call quality and all that stuff is already going to be. But for video purposes, here we are. I will also say in timestamps, like always, just skip to the part that you want because I can be very long-winded. This is what I do. So right here is the instructions. As you can see, these are some weird looking tips. I have never seen, look at them. Look at this. These are like half earbud tips. You know what, I'm going to take a chance on it. You never know, it could be pretty good. Anyway, this is the instructions right here. We'll take a look at that at the moment. Earbuds are right here. This is the case. Now, if you're wondering, the front of the box, I just flipped it so you don't have to wonder anymore. So in order to open them up, as you can see, it's fully, what is this? Okay, that's just a little piece on the bottom that peeled. This is the headset itself. I know if you're looking, you're probably wondering where the actual charger is. So if you flip it, right, it has different faces. This is where the earbuds go. That's a USB, which I guess you would technically charge it while they're inside the case. And you can just flip the case however you want. So not many people are probably going to use it this way. I guess this is more of a kid thing or like a fashion accessory. It also has a little hook right here. So you can definitely put this on your belt and carry it wherever you go. But like I said before, watch out because it does not have an IP rating. Now, these are the buds themselves, which if I gotta be honest with you, I am very worried with how they're going to fit based on how they're shaped. All right, this is, I'm guessing, a medium tip. I'm not too sure, but I am going to try them off camera just to make sure which size fits for me. Now, when I first did the review initially, when I first unboxed these, I only used the ones that it came with. So I want to use, you know, different types of earbud tips to see which one gives you bigger sound based on your ear canal size. So right side, we'll say right side, pop that right in. Left side is going to say left side, you pop that right in. That's how you know it's charging right here. The buds will be red, this will be blue in the background, and when you flip it over, they're just charging. So there is no chargeable meter. There's no charging sensor to let you know when it's done, outside of it'll probably just go blink when it's fully charged. And you do want to make sure that you charge this case initially when you first open it, because again, you don't know how charged the headset is as a whole. You know, I'm not really a huge fan of not being able to see my battery life, but it is what it is. Now, as for the instructions, let me go ahead and open this up for anyone that may have purchased these headphones or got them as a gift and they don't have it. Let me just pull it up right here. Here's the first page right here. All right, screenshot that for yourself. Here's the second page right here. Screenshot that for yourself, how to charge that information. Let's look at the back. There's nothing in the back. So that's pretty much it. So far, just by looking at it, I think this is a really cool looking headset, and I do like the way it looks. Little ears right here. I don't even know what this is, like some type of robot. I don't know what this thing is, but it is pretty interesting that they got something at Five Below here with this. And with the battery life, is actually similar to the Skull Candy Dimes and Skull Candy Dime 2s with the 3-hour battery life. But it is what it is. Let me not waste any more time. Let me show you guys how to actually sync this headset. So the syncing process, like all headphones, should be very easy and very simple to do. What we're going to end up doing is going to settings, The Bluetooth is right here. Now, keep in mind that whatever device you're using, whether it's a Samsung, a Rebel, this is a Rebel tablet, by the way. This is my favorite tablet from Metro by T-Mobile, the best one they ever made. This right here, obviously the software is a little bit different. It still is Android, so to each their own. But if you're using an Apple device, you'll just go to Bluetooth, it'll search, you'll find it. Now, in order to make this searchable, what we're gonna have to do is open this up, right? Take them out of the case. We're gonna have to let them sync to one another. Now, do understand that when you first get this outside the case, the box, put these inside the case and let them charge first. Because there's a possibility that one may not sync to the other and you'll charge it. You'll sync it and the left ear won't be synced to the right ear. Then you'll have a whole nother plethora of problems and you'll think it's effective. So charge your product before you do what I'm doing right now. So we're gonna go ahead to pair new device. It popped up. What do we have so far? We have Flip TWS. That's definitely this one, Flip TWS. I'm gonna go ahead and tap that. It's probably gonna ask me to allow access. We're gonna say yes. And boom, we're charged. We're charged. We are connected. Now again, remember guys, I already did review on this, but I never posted it. It was to just make sure it was a decent product. Outside the box, they normally come 60%. Same with the other pair that I had. But like I said before, I'm not sure how charged the actual case itself is going to be. So we're just going to pop them back inside. As you can see, it's going to disconnect. If you look up top, it basically disconnected. And moving forward, when you take it out of the case, let me do that now so you guys can see it. Look at the top right here. It's going to connect in a moment. Give it a second. Take a few seconds to actually connect. This is actually taking a lot more than a few seconds. There we go. That actually took a very long time to connect. And for some people, that's going to be a problem, especially if you're dealing with phone calls. For me, I have a OnePlus Bud. So when I pop these out within a second or two, they're automatically connected to the device. This takes longer because it's an off-brand product, if we're being completely honest here. So please do temper your expectations. 9 times out of 10, you're going to probably have to have the earbud already in your ear connected before you answer the call. Again, not saying that's going to be the case, but it's a possibility. But the sync process, is very, very easy. As you can see, doesn't take much skill or anything like that. There will be some people that will have problems with manual syncs where you might have to physically turn the headset off and sync them together by holding the power button, because these are touch control. Let me just double check, make sure. Yep, this is touch control buttons, which I am not a fan of, but it is what it is. But anyway, let's go to the next section. Alrighty guys, so right here, I'm gonna play a little bit music. Now I'm gonna go to my other section. This is basically songs that I never bothered, organizing, because I'm lazy. So I'm gonna put these in the air now. I'm gonna let them connect, left ear and right ear. It's a little hard to get out of the case, kind of, but it is secure in there. That's what matters. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna try these with the smaller ear tips, and like I said before, they fit very, very weird. I don't understand why these companies have been making these headphones this way. Pretty lazy if you ask me. Like, they should make them and actually put them in their ear. It feels like they're more concerned about the aesthetic and the design than they are about the actual fit and feel of the earbuds. So I'm gonna play a song for you guys. Oops, let me see, make sure anything through there. They sound really good. Bum, ba, 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 ba. Not a fan of the medium tips, so I'm going to go ahead and put the larger ones on. See how they sound. Sound much better with the larger tips. Sorry, I hit pause. This is really good quality, man. Like, this is surprising. You never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you, and they won't stop till everybody's zombified. A mountain high. They're dead inside. It goes on and on. Let this go. Zombified. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. So the rock music sounds pretty good. When I change the tips, it feels more bass heavy than anything. And the sounds, like the instruments, the voice and the instruments sound like it's secondary to the actual bass. Like it doesn't mesh very well in my opinion. It does sound pretty clear. Don't get me wrong. It sounds decent, like decent enough. This is probably one of the better headsets that you can buy that have reasonable battery life that looks like it's still of better quality than the cheaper brands that you normally see. Like I said before, I like analyzing the music to see how good it actually sounds with multiple songs. So let me just go ahead and play some Beautiful Mistakes. Ooh. Okay. I'm liking that so far. So let me kind of just give you guys an idea of how it sounds the best possible way I can, right? Let me pause this. The touch controls are a little iffy in my opinion because every time you grab the headset, let me just show you how it looks again. This headset in particular, this is the touch sensors right here. So the problem that I'm having is when you take them in and out of your ear, you're kind of grabbing the headset, so you're automatically touching something. So it sounds like you could possibly accidentally answer a call or pause a song or change the song depending on what music player that you have. That's number one. Number two, the way they fit inside the ear, if I'm being honest, I'm going to show you, but the way these fit inside the ear is like they're not sitting the most conventional way. So, and they're kind of facing upward in my ear so they can fit. Because again, this is a long oval shape, and that's what I was worried about initially when I first used them. And I was just like, maybe I can get used to that feel. Now, it's comfortability is something, you know what? I'll just do comfortability now and talk about music. Do a little bit of both. The comfortability of this headset is definitely there. I don't have an issue with it initially, probably for about the first hour. But what I do notice is that if you're not used to headphones like these, the plastic can make the inside of your ear very, very sore, especially if you play it well over 50% because the headset tends to vibrate the drivers inside and it could cause other issues, ear aches and things that you're not ready for. That's number one. So if you're using this under 50%, 30 to 50% or so, listening to podcasts, other things, I think you'd be perfectly fine. If you're a music lover and you love blasting things, it's a possibility that you'll get a headache with these in your ear. To each their own. Now, in terms of music, and I apologize for this review because I am so super exhausted, but I just want to keep pushing these reviews out, especially when products come out and they sell fast. It's not bad. Now, initially when I played Zombified, the vocals sound like it's sitting secondary to everything else. Like every instrument playing, it just didn't really mesh that well to me. It's like it was clear, but you know how when you combine something just because it's clear, there's different octaves to what you're listening to. So the bass was higher for a particular song, and it drowned out a lot of the vocals and instruments playing for that particular song, Zombified. But for Beautiful Mistakes, what I noticed is that the instruments playing in the song overtake the bass, and the vocals also overtake the bass, where you notice the song and the instruments and things more. It's not saying that the bass is bad. It's just that, you know, I'm not a musical artist, but when I did try to make beats here and there, I always made beats where it had like a piano in it. It had a dark piano, different thing. There is an actual instrument called dark piano if you try FL Studio, and I don't use it anymore. But my point is that there's multiple pianos. There's different instruments. There's a Sakura. I change instruments, different things. There's like the what's called biophase. It's a bunch of different stuff, right? And when I intended to make the song, I always like using headphones that can play exactly what I intended. If you use a Five Below pair of headphones on a Dr. Dre beat, obviously it's not going to sound the same way it would be with professional headphones in the studio. So the job is to find a headset that's closest to what the original quality is supposed to be without breaking your pocket. This doesn't accomplish that. I'm just gonna be honest. Like if you play multiple songs, and even with me playing other songs outside of this video, I did notice that if the vocals are stronger in a particular song, they're going to excel with this headset. If the bass feels a little bit stronger, it's going to overpower the rest with this headset. It's almost as if whatever instrument is louder than the other ones, it kind of drowns everything else out in the background. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to hear the words. Obviously, you still are. You're still going to hear any guitars, any riffs, anything like that. but it won't be as noticeable in my opinion, where I was more focused on bass bop in my head, where, you know, I wanted to listen to some type of rap music initially. But I know that in order to get a better estimate of how, you know, the range of the headset, how good it is, it's good to listen to different genres. So I did some little bit Hajime no Ippo, if you've never heard of that. They had some intros in Japanese. I did the anime, what was it? Paper Moon. I'm sure some of you guys know what that is. I did a couple things. The Berserk theme, I played some Offset Cardi B. I went to Young Jeezy, played Soul Survivor. I played a little bit Akon, his songs himself. I did different songs, you know, a different array. And like I said before, it sounds good overall. For the price tag, $10, this sounds very, very, very good. But I do have to also say this. If you go to a Ross, you can get Skull Candy Dimes for $14.99. And that's going to be a substantially better experience in terms of headset. So when you reach a certain price range, I know there are people that comment on my channel and say, what do you expect for $10? I expect a lot for $10. Like, unlike you guys that expect nothing, I expect a product to be decent. Now, with that being said, it's not bad music. It's not anything to write home about, but I do think that anyone that purchases it will be fine with the music quality. What I implore you to do is just change your earbud tips like I did to make sure that you get the ones that fit you the best, because you want to make sure that these are going to hold them directly into your ear. And I actually like these rubber tips. I'm going to try them on another headset and see how it works. But so far, they're actually pretty good. So to show you guys what I was talking about how they fit, I don't need to show my mouth or anything. This is for this part. Don't mind the acne I'm using. Oh, hold on. It was playing the song. I don't need you to stop playing. There we go. All right, so right here, this is how it fits. Now, again, it's going to be different. I'm about to say different strokes for different folks. It's going to be different fit for whoever uses it. So as you see, I had to fit this in my ear this way so that the rubber earbud tip, let me show you, is sitting into my ear. Because this tip is so small, there we go. And you know what? I'm having that problem where every time I take this out of my ear, I'm tapping the touch feature and it's making the music play or pause. That's why I'm constantly tapping my ear. Now, when I fit it like this, it feels fine. I don't have any aches. I don't have any fatigue, but it does drown out a lot of the sound around you, sound leakage. It does a very good job of drowning out sounds around you. And that is going to be a plus for people that want to be immersed in music. It's going to be a negative for people that are walking down the street because you're going to get bopped in the head if somebody really wants to. So I think they look pretty good inside the ear. They're actually very small, believe it or not. I was skeptical about them initially. And the reason I word myself this way, even though I opened them already, you're like, didn't you already review it? Yeah, I did. But I still speak in a certain way as if I'm reviewing it as a new product, because it was probably about, I don't know, a week ago since I reviewed these, and I had other products. So, you know, I didn't exactly remember the full feel, but they're not bad. They don't feel horrible. If you play them while blasting, it can get a little sore in your ear if you just leave them sitting there. Luckily, it only has that 3-hour battery life at the most, and then you pop it back inside the case. But I don't think that most people will have a problem with the fit. To each their own. It is small enough where you can get it in your ear, but again, it's really give and take with these earbuds. Even if there are more expensive ones, one size fit all doesn't necessarily work for everybody. So please keep that in mind. So to put this in perspective, is this product actually worth the asking price? So I'm going to go ahead and grab the box so that you can see it in all its glory and know what you have to do when you pick it up inside the store. Now, let's be perfectly clear here. I like this headset. It sounds good. It doesn't have the best grip in the ear. Like, it doesn't fall out. I didn't have that issue with shaking my head or it fell out or anything. This is a synopsis for people that just skip to the part that you wanted to skip. You got a 3-hour battery life, 12 hours total. So that's 9 hours inside the case. You got 3 inside the headset right here. So that's not bad. That's basically the Skull Candy flip. Now everybody's looking for a 10-hour battery life. I personally do in my headphones, but to each their own. I'm the rare exception where I want just perfection in my headphones. That's just me. Now, the sound sounds pretty good. Like I said earlier in the video, if you're playing certain songs, be it melody, podcasting, rap music, whatever it is, you're going to notice that certain bass might overpower the rest of it. If the song is more vocally challenged, meaning it's more vocals than anything else, and person's yelling and screaming, rock music, things like that. If the vocals overpower the song as a whole, you're going to hear the vocals more than anything else. I don't know what it is about this particular headset that's rare, that whatever defining characteristic of the song is going to overpower everything. And for some people, they will like that. For me, not so much. If you're a Mariah Carey fan, yeah, you'll be fine. If you're a Korn fan, you'll be fine. Because they have a plethora of different types of melodies that, in my opinion, that mesh a little bit better than the average standard rap music. If you're a rapper, you like beats, you like bass, I say change the rubber tips to the large ones that come inside the box, and you'll feel the thumps and bass a lot more than the ones that it comes with. Don't let it fool you. Different rubber tips do make a difference when you put them inside your ear. It's not a one size fit all type thing. I know most people don't realize that, but when you have enough headphones, you learn as you go. Now, what I will say is that, again, price tag is $10. It does work very well for $10. I don't have an issue with it. I do suggest this headset, but like I said earlier in the video, if you go to Ross or Five Below, not sorry, Ross, some Rosses have the Skull Candy Dimes and Skull Candy Dimes 2 and the Skull Candy XRT and just all the different Skull Candies for like $12.99 to $15. And quite frankly, that's a much better headset than this by far. But what I will say is you don't want to take your chances at Ross all the time because they may or may not have it depending on what location you're in. And if you happen to frequent a Five Below, even if you're getting this as a gift for someone, I like it. Like, I'm going to give this to the girls, my godchildren, when I see them. They don't really care about super quality with headsets as long as it sounds good and it works. As long as it syncs with their Nintendo Switch, that's all they care about. And that's who I'm getting this for. I'm assuming the target demographic is for a hipster, it's for anime people, it's for people that like colorful products, people that want to be different, and children, if I'm being honest here. But anybody can use this. Don't just listen to me. It's a headset. Anyone can use any headset. But anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys. And I will see y'all in the next video.